The phone shakes again at midnight. And suddenly, your silence no longer feels like it belongs to you. It is not just the message. It is the bitter choke of knowing your private night has been entered. Some nights are ruined by noise. Others are ruined when someone decides your boundaries no longer matter. The first instinct is always escape. Leave fast, disappear quietly. Outrun the pressure before it reaches your bones. But Stoicism never taught to run. It taught me to remain standing when leaving feels easier. Real strength is not fleeing first. Real strength is staying long enough for your mind to stop shaking. At this hour, the office stops feeling like work. It starts feeling like an arena with no audience. The people around you are not the battle. Most of them are just carrying their own night. The enemy here is not your boss. It is the anger inside you, begging to take control. Injustice works like rain on glass. It blurs the target until you start staring at the wrong thing. The whispers are only weather. The real danger starts when they begin choosing your focus. For you do not live inside the blur. Your real target was always growth. Not revenge, not their approval. They focus on the needle, not the noise. That is why even shaking hands can still work with precision. A hard boss is his problem. Finishing the stitch is still yours. And that difference changes everything. Let difficult people stay difficult. Your work is still your work. And your peace begins there. He wants the move now. But I would rather protect the mind. That chooses the move than rush it. Do not let emotion checkmate you first. Most defeats begin in the chest, long before they appear on the board. A patient pawn keeps walking through pressure and doubt, then reaches the end. One day strong enough to become a queen. Some rooms are full of complaints, but peace still belongs to the person who refuses to breathe them in. You do not need to answer every complaint. Sometimes discipline is simply turning the page and keeping your mind clean. The weather can complain, people can complain. Your task is to keep reading, keep learning, and keep ruling yourself. You cannot command the weather, and you cannot slow the crowd. You can only choose the rhythm of your own step. You cannot control the wind, but you can still trim the sail. Calm adjustment is stronger than resistance. In moments like this, silence is not weakness. Silence is the strength that keeps your direction untouched. This place is loud enough to break weaker focus, but that is exactly why it becomes useful. Turn the office into a training ground. Pressure is not the enemy. When your mind learns to stay seated, you are learning to work inside pressure, without letting pressure enter and rearrange your mind. Toxic pressure looks dangerous up close, but fear is not the only thing a harsh environment can produce. Toxic boss can become a whetstone. Friction is painful, but pain is often what gives steel its edge. You are the blade without the stone. You stay dull. Hard seasons are often what make you dangerous. Look at the rush around you. Noise is always moving, but stillness is what decides who remains unshaken. Be like this tree. Root yourself so deeply in your values that outside storms lose the power to move you. When your roots go deep enough, the storm does not disappear. It simply becomes noise outside your center. Some value does not arrive loudly. It appears slowly, shape by shape, to the people patient enough to wait. Your value also needs time to develop. Rush the process, and you only damage what was becoming visible. Do not beg blind people for recognition. What is real in you will reveal itself when its time arrives. While others break in public, you begin preparing in private. Because pain around you can still become instruction. Every bad leader leaves clues behind. If you stay calm enough, their mistakes start teaching you how not to rule. Prepare quietly one day. The failures above you will become the management lessons that build what comes next. You were never working only for the paycheck. You were working to protect something money can never replace. Work becomes honorable when it serves your self-respect. Because dignity is worth more than a temporary wage. You will walk out of this place with your head high. Because your dignity survived. Everything meant to bend it. The next train always arrives for the one who is ready. Not the one still drowning in old anger. Yeah, they're the worst. Listen if you must, but do not let professionalism be stained by the same hatred that poisoned them. The next train still has room for you, but only if you arrive ready, clean and untouched by hatred. Calm is the rarest reward of all. No boss can confiscate the breath that returns you to yourself. Peace survives when your body remembers how to slow down, soften and answer the world without borrowing its panic. They can steal hours' noise and comfort, but never the stillness. You practice until it becomes your final strength. Winning the day is not leaving untouched. It is walking out with your character, still whole and unbroken. When pressure rushes at you, courtesy proves your strength was never built from anger, panic, or wounded pride. End the day like a victor. Not louder, not crueler, but still unmistakably yourself. Beneath the clean white light, do not argue with the chaos, the desk. The mind and the final result should speak more clearly. Use results as your answer. Other people's incompetence is never permission for you to become less professional. Stay professional to the end. Their weakness explains them, but your standards must continue explaining you.